Namaste to all. We welcome each of you to the 9th International Conference on Human Values in Higher Education. We welcome you to the institutional sharing and the individual sharing. Please note the institutional sharing will be a 20 minutes presentation followed by 7 minutes of question and answers and a 3 minutes transition to the next institution or next presentation. For the individual sharing, we have 7 minutes of presentation, 2 minutes question and answer, and 1 minute for the transition to the next participant or individual. We have a chairperson, Dr. Vanjana Singh. She is a ex-associate professor at physics at Indraprastha Engineering College, Ghaziabad. She is a member of the NCC UHV AICTE. Is currently involved in the UHV activities nationwide. And since last 7 years, she's involved in UHV activities. She's an active member of the UHV cell, AKTU Lucknow, and voluntary member NCC UHV AIC. We welcome Vanjana Didi for this chair. Today's session is as scheduled. We have 2 institutional sharings and 4 individual sharings. The first institutional sharing will be from Institute of Rural Art and Technology, theme being the rural project. I request Arunodhay Parmarji to kindly take over. Namaste. Am I audible?
Yes, very much audible. Arunodhay, you are not heard. Yeah, just try again. No, we can't hear you.
Kindly unmute.
Yeah, am I audible right now?
Yeah,
Yes,
now
yes.
you are. Now you are.
Okay. So,
You can start sharing.
yeah, I want to share the screen, so I can share it now.
Yes,
Yes,
you can share it.
surely you can.
So, namaste. I am Arunodhay Singh Parmar, and I am going to represent UHV Living Center Institute of.
Arunodhay,
Yes,
Arunodhay, is it possible to keep your video on?
I already have done it.
Okay, but we can't see. It's okay.
Okay,
Continue.
okay. I am doing it. Now it's on, I think.
Yeah, now we can see you.
Yeah. So, hello, namaste. I am Arunodhay Singh Parmar, and I am going to represent UHV Living Center, Institute of Rural Art and Technology, Nagaon, and it's a privilege for me. So I will be start. My presentation is going to be in 2 parts. In the first part, I am going to tell you all about the institution, the introduction of the institution, and in the second part, I will tell you about the key activities the institution has been doing since 1995. So basically, starting it with the introduction, IRET Nagaon was initially founded with the goal of addressing materialistic and developmental objectives, focusing primarily on social and economic issues in society. But as far as and as soon as the institution got encountered with the proposal of UHV, institution underwent a profound transformation, shifting its mission from material goals to promoting conscious development. Coming to the next slide. So basically, UHV has played a revolutionary role in this shift. So from a narrow objective, the institution has shifted its objective to a broad and holistic development aspect. And also, I would like to tell that the founding director of IRET, Sri Bhagwan Singh Parmar, along with the entire institution, regards Sri Ganesh Bagadia ji as their guiding inspiration, and the activities of the institution are carried out under his guidance. So this is all about the introduction of the institution. I am coming to the next part of my presentation, which is the key activities. So the first activity is workshop in the prison. So on the instructions and guidance of AICTE, the institution conducted 2 workshops at Nagaon jail with around 150 inmates actively participating. This is the photograph from there. And so there were impacts, and some impacts were noticed by authorities of jail. So as far as their stand is concerned, they said that notable improvements in inmate behavior, including reduced conflicts and greater cooperation with the prison environment. Several former inmates have remained in contact with the institution after their release, seeking continued guidance to integrate UHV principles into their lives. So he is the head of the authority of Nagaon prison, Gyanansu Bhartiya ji, and this is the message given by him after the completion of the workshop. I am not going to read this entire message, but I am going to tell the important part of his message, quote unquote, workshops like these should be held in every jail across the country. This is one of the biggest statement made by him, that as far as the inmate behaviors is concerned and as far as the principles of UHV are concerned, this is a very essential initiative for inmates and for jails. So this should be conducted in every jail of the country. Coming to the next slide. So around 150 inmates have been participated and many of them have shared, but I am having their one sharing, and again I am not going into the complete message, but the very important part said by this prisoner. He said that if I had encountered the proposal of Universal Human Values UHV earlier in my life, I wouldn't have committed the crime that brought me here. So he is dedicating that if he has encountered with UHV earlier in his life, he would not be here in the jail. So this is the biggest message, I think, from the inmate side. Coming to the next key activity of the institution, that is value-based agriculture. So to promote sustainable nature-aligned practices that foster ecological balance and harmonious relationships with nature, the institution introduced 300 farmers from the Nagaon region to the principles of UHV. Impact. 40 families have fully adopted the practice of value-based agriculture, experiencing a deeper understanding of the natural order and a stronger connection with the environment. The UHV proposal has helped these families appreciate their role within the ecological system, fostering a sense of harmony both within the family and in relation to nature. Farmers have reported improvements in relationship with family members and an increased interest in natural farming methods. Now coming to the next key activity of the institution, that is Parivar Sabha and workshops. The institute aims to strengthen family relationships by promoting open communication, shared responsibilities, and value-based living through universal human values. Regular Parivar Sabhas are held in both online and physical formats. Under the guidance and instructions of the Manviya Shiksha Sanskar Sansthan and AICTE, a virtual platform named Swat Swatantrata Swaraj was established. Through this platform, families interact and engage with each other weekly, fostering deeper understanding and alignment with UHV principles. Coming to the next slide. The institution has introduced the UHV proposal through a family-to-family approach, resulting in around 50 families adopting UHV principles and making strides toward living in alignment with these values. Co-explorers from the Nagaon Center are also sent regularly to the parent institution in Kanpur, Manviya Shiksha Sanskar Sansthan, for 7 days workshop or Adhyan Shibers. These workshops deepen their understanding of UHV, which they bring back to their communities to share and implement. Coming to the next slide. This is the impact section of Parivar Sabha. So families who participate in these workshops report significant improvements, including reduced conflict and suicidal tendencies, as well as a greater sense of collective well-being and harmony. I would like to play the video of Khushi sharing. And in this sharing, she said that how she transformed her thoughts from suicidal tendencies to harmonious coexistence. I'm playing the video.
Hello everyone, my name is Kushi Vilfair. I have been in UHV Center for about 2 years, and
Audio
if I
of
talk about my
Kushi is
marriage,
audible.
then my marriage is a love marriage which was conducted by Bhagwan Singh Parmar ji, and before marriage I had reached the state of suicide in a way, and when I came to UHV Center after marriage, then I was explained about UHV, then I was able to understand the situation, I was able to overcome this and understand the real value of love, and my parents were angry with my marriage, so through UHV I was able to calm their anger. A process of dialogue has started between them and us, and when I stayed at UHV Center for 2 years, I have seen many changes there which tell me the technique of living. UHV has given me the right direction. As I am limited by facilities, I have started to feel like working and am able to take care of my health on my own. I have reduced the medicines. I use very few medicines. I don't eat them. I treat myself. I am able to see the relationship in nature. I am free from influences and pressures. I am able to recognize and understand my own nature. I started living in it. I had my baby in UHV Center who is very healthy, and when all of us are committed and dedicated towards UHV, then we have thought that in the future our future will also be dedicated towards UHV. UHV has given us a new life for which we are grateful to UHV family.
So this is the sharing of Kushi. So this family-centered approach had successfully spread UHV principles with participating families actively promoting harmony and mutual understanding in their wider communities. And
Hello
I would
everyone.
like to come to the last slide of this presentation, and this is the activity Anand Gram initiative, and this is something which we are working on. The institution has selected 2 villages in Chhatarpur district, Sukuba and Gugwara, as part of its Anand Gram initiative. This initiative aims to transform these villages into happy value-based communities by integrating universal human values into the fabric of daily life. So these were the key activities of the institution. Thank you.
Thank you, Bhaiya. I request Hila Didi and Vanchana Didi to kindly share their comments.
Vanchana Didi, you are already there. So, Dr. Vanchana ji, would you like to go ahead? Okay. So I just have some questions to you.
Yes.
It was a very nice presentation, bringing out the impact very well. And I want to know, how are you involved in this whole thing? And at this young age, I have got to know that you have left your engineering profession and you are into this. So can we understand what is the best part of this project that has created this impact?
Yeah, so first of all, I would like to tell you all that actually I am a little bit confused with your question, whether it is a personal question to me or what institutional sharing, you are talking about institutional sharing.
No, about the institution only. What
Yes.
is that part of that institution? Which objective of the institution has impacted on you?
I think Parivar Sabha is the activity which has impacted me, because if a girl is coming from a village and she is saying that from a suicidal thought, she has now living harmoniously with her family, I think this is the biggest change anyone can make in this Bundelkhand region from where we come. So I think Parivar Sabha is the initiative of the institution has a which I think is the best exercise the institution has doing in this field.
Okay. Yeah, it's open to others for questions or any reflections you'll want to place. Anyone is free to do so. You may just raise your hand and then do so.
If there's any question, we would like to request the participants to unmute themselves and ask.
We are aware that the director of this organization is very actively involved in the UHV meetings and all that. So that's very nice. And we are hoping that you also will slowly. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Very nice, Bhaiya. Thank you so much.
Dr. Vanchana, would you like to take it further now?
Namaste everyone, and we could see the efforts that are being taken and how it is impacting the life of these people belonging to the rural settings. It's a great work, and you are able to experientially validate UHV proposals and making it meaningful to the lives of these people. That is really nice. So this whole depiction of yours has motivated definitely so many others also to take this process to their own living. Very nice.
Thank you.
Wish you all the best.
Thank you, ma'am.
Let us welcome the next institution, PVGCoET, Pune, Maharashtra. I welcome Professor Srilekha Ghateji to kindly take over the stage.
Thank you, Didi. Let me share presentation. Myself. Am I audible clearly?
See,
Hello.
the screen is also visible and you are also audible.
Okay, thank you, Didi. Myself, Srilekha Ganesh Ghatte, working as an assistant professor in Pune Vidyarthi Grahas and GK Patewani Institute of Management, Pune, Maharashtra. I am working as a assistant professor and value education cell coordinator in Pune Vidyarthi Grahas College of Engineering and GK Patewani Institute of Management last 16 years. So Pune Vidyarthi Grahas College of Engineering and Technology and GK Patewani Institute of Management is most prestigious branch of the socio-educational institution known for its contribution to enriching the bond between social and educational elements of the society. We have already maintained high education standard with quality policies adopted every step. We are proud to follow the path laid down by founders and visionaries of the Pune Vidyarthi Grahas. The parent institute Pune Vidyarthi Graha, formerly Pune Anath Vidyarthi Graha, is a well-known charitable institution of Maharashtra, established in 1909 by group of dedicated educationists. The primary mission of the institution is to provide progressive and value-added education facilitates for the deserving and poor students of the society. Today, the institution has grown into the big banyan tree with its branches in Pune, Mumbai, Nashik under its umbrella. The institution conducts a wide spectrum of educational programs from pre-primary to higher education in professional fields like engineering, management, computer sciences, commerce, and science colleges. Pune Vidyarthi Graha governs various institutions in Pune. Through this institution, we are facilitating kindergarten to university level courses. Pune Vidyarthi Graha is only institute in India which are having in the education in the printing field from 1926 and has taken lead in the establishing a degree and diploma in printing, packaging, engineering and communication, approved by the All India Technical Education. The institute also run hostels for the deserving boys and girls in Pune and old age home Shatayu Bhavan. PVG has a modern printing press and publication division. It has published mainly technical books which are having standard and popular. In Pune Vidyarthi Grahas College of Engineering, Universal Human Values Value Education Cell is established in March 2022 to further the efforts of the AICT in inculcating human values among the faculties, staff, students. Through the efforts of Value Education Cell, 64 faculties have been completed UHV introductory course, 14 have undergone the UHV2 FDP, and 3 of them have completed the UHV3. 4 faculties are volunteering as a AICT representative in UHV faculty development program and they are volunteering in various other programs. Now, PVG has taken the human UHV into its academic fabric through a series of impactful activities. The vision of Value Education Cell is to lead a fulfilling life by embarking on the journey of self-exploration. And mission is our Value Education Cell mission is to infuse every aspect of academics, co-curricular and administrative endeavors with the value-based education. We cultivate environment of meaningful relationship among the students, faculties and staff, fostering a sense of social responsibility and reverence for the nature. Through holistic education and collaborative engagement, we aim to empower our students to become ethical leader and global citizen committed to the betterment of society and the environment. Institute has taken the initiative to introduce universal human value course in curriculum in the with the Ganesh Bhagaria and Mahesh Kolte. Integrating such courses can play a vital role in shaping student character and ethical perspectives. Institute proactively hosting significant events such as Amrit Kal Vikasit Bharat 2047, and in this program, more than 300 students get benefited. Savitribai Phule Pune University approved value-added course on UHV and professional ethics for second-year student was conducted in academic year 23-24. We are also running non-credit audit course of UHV2 for management students. Self-development meeting for the staffs are conducted on Saturday 10 to 11 a.m. where the faculties are coming and they are sharing the UHV proposals. Also, we are helping each other for exploration. Student awareness is increased by UHV lectures conducted in the student induction program. Sustainable development audit course is conducted for the students to increase the awareness of the nature. Also, international conference was arranged. Special permission of budget for value education activity is there from the institute, and by using that we can have such type of activity in our college. For the parents, we have arranged one conference or lecture which is based on the role of education in holistic development of human being, which was for the parents only, and newly admitted student parents have taken the advantage or they have got the proposals of the UHV. So one of the parent have given the feedback for his son that his son was very much demanding for the watches and shoes, and he was asking for the money for various things. But after listening to the UHV proposal, they shared that now he started sharing his physical facility with the other. Also, his demand for money and other thing has been reduced. When he asked about that to the his son, he said that now I understood that the physical facility requirement is less and I'm having as per my requirement. So that change in that son he observed and he shared with us. Also, in the non-teaching staff, they have attended the UHV FDPs, and he shared that he was initially very much irritated and was facing difficulty in the work. But now, after listening UHV proposal and exploring that, he is doing his work very calmly and complementarity way, and he found peace in his mind. So he was very thankful for the UHV. The HODs of the departments are having the UHV FDP, and they can see that the positive change in themselves and the behavior of the work of the staff. In the sharing of our staff members, they have said that they are able to explore the natural acceptance and proposals of the UHV, and because of that, they are feeling very happy. One of the HOD has shared that the understanding of happiness and excitement, the difference between the happiness and excitement gives them the clarity concept about the life, and it had make it very simple. Also, these videos are there and we have shared it with our college website under the value education cell. Also, they have shared that because of the universal human values proposal, they are able to work without pressure. Faculties are doing well. They are able to understand the mindset of the students, and overall, it is helping their personal growth. They are developing their relationship. And one of the student have shared his sharing that he understood what is the meaning of prosperity, what is the meaning of development, and how to contribute in the society and nature. One parent have given the sharing that he understood how much is required, how much physical facility required, how much I have to run behind the physical facility. So after understanding that, he has calculated his requirement about himself and the family, and that makes him very happy. And now he has doing the work happily. So all these sharings are the impact of the universal human values proposal and their exploration in themselves. Our commitment is to develop the faculties by having the faculty development program, and for that full support from the management is there. Also, we are working in the team in the college. We are organizing various such type of faculty development program for other schools and colleges also. We are introducing audit courses in our college. Also, we are having the Sustainable Development Club, under which we have taken the international conference, and about the nature and sustainable development awareness was increased. So I'm very thankful for UHV team, AICT, and our management who had make us exploration with the UHV proposals and their support. So this is our UHV team. From every department, one representative is there, students are there, and collectively we are working for the development of human being. So this is about the PVG share in the UHV. Thank you very much. Thank you, Didi. Over to you, Vanchana Didi.
Ji, very nice, Srilekha ji. Your consistent efforts that you're putting over the last 2-3 years regularly
You can be
are
louder.
showing up. Am I audible, Bhaiya, clearly?
Little bit louder sound is required.
Okay. So what I was saying was that Srilekha Didi, all your efforts that you have shown at the level of institute, now you are doing that impact analysis also, the way you have incorporated the parents and you are getting a positive feedback from the parents, that is really very encouraging, and it is setting example for so many other institutes also to take this up. So it is really nice to listen from you all, and this was something which I wanted to add. Very nice. Ji.
Ji.
Over to you, Didi, for next presentation.
I just remember one incident that had happened in the institute. Srilekha ji and
Ji.
Manish ji. We had a UHV 3-day workshop for all the active proactive volunteers of Western region. And when Dr. Ganesh Bagaria also was there as a resource person, Rajul Bhaiya was there, many of them were there, Sharmila Didi. And at that time, it was during the college time. I mean, it was not a vacation period. And I remember Mr. Mahesh had spoken to the students discussing that this is, we are having this workshop, a very important workshop, but we're having issues with the accommodation, and they were looking at hotels and all that. So we did not want to stay in hotels because we thought we have to be in the campus and we have to make it as simple as possible. So we were insisting that it should be hostel. And then Mr. Mahesh was wondering how to do it, and he just spoke to the students. And the students were so generous. Immediately they said, you can use as many rooms as you want, and we will accommodate with each other. So I remember this incident, and this was a batch which was exposed to UHV. So this impact, I do remember of this institute. It will always be a memory. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Didi. Moving on to the next, we have the individual sharing by Lalita ji. Namaste, Didi. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Namaste, Didi. Am I audible?
Yes, Didi.
Yes,
Please
you
go
are
ahead.
audible.
Yes. Namaste, everyone. This is Lalita Ramachandran from RMK Engineering College, and I'm happy to share my journey of UHV Insight. To begin with, if I would try to relate what I had the opinion before and what I am now would be the right enough to share things in brief. In the beginning, I was always pushing myself, focusing on what other wanted or expected of me, whether in my life or at my workplace. Irrespective of that, I used to give full on to everyone. And it didn't really stop me to think about my own core values and what truly motivated me from within also. My happiness was mostly tied up with the external people and external things. And my notion of happiness was, if I'm able to make others happy, eventually I am very happy. So this was my notion of happiness. But to do that, I mostly ended up with grinding myself down emotionally, taking lots of effort and difficulty to make others please and others happy. So this mostly happened in relationships with my own relations, and most of the time in the workplace also. So I wasn't really thinking about my own well-being or happiness, and I was just working hard for the sake of others. But in the end, it wasn't bringing me the real joy, especially when the people tried too hard to please me. Probably they are not coming up to my expectation. A lot of times I felt that they are not loyal. They are not having that feeling of gratitude. In fact, I could see the relationship going till the extent of the mistrust shown by the other relationship. And so even though I was striving hard for others, it just left me feeling very disappointed and unfulfilled. But later in the year of 2019, when I was given an opportunity to attend an introductory UHV through a 3-day introductory in Panimalar Engineering College in Chennai, and which was also followed up with a 5 days of UHV 1 FTP in Anna University, which was in physical mode. So there, the only one proposal which hit me was something, the human aspiration. And it was said that the human aspiration is universal and it is nothing but to be happy and prosperous every moment in continuity. So this led to me a big question that how in reality this is possible. And I really realized that fulfilling this aspiration probably requires that right understanding, both about oneself in the relationship and also with the others. So I was able to find the significance of this holistic human development very evident when we went into that COVID-19 pandemic period, where we all got connected with this online FTP session. And this encouraged me to reflect deeply on the proposals, applying it to my own life experiences. And to further get realized with all those proposals which we were having through these online sessions, my deeper sense made me realize that what I am might be in terms of my desires, thoughts, my expectations, my imagine. I was able to see the current competence of mine actually. And I was able to see with in line with my natural acceptance also. And I was able to see that what I am and what I am within me had a very bigger gap. There was a big gap between these two realities. And it was only that I need to understand that I have to observe myself within, discover and become aware of it. To this, I understood that I need to be developed in process of self-exploration via self-investigating and self-verifying. For that, I have to constantly stay connected with the content through online FTP. And previously I wasn't that regular with the morning sessions, but then later it is now addicting me that if I have to be connected with these proposals, then I have to be somewhere connected with the content. So I started being more in the morning sessions now, the weekly meetings regularly that is been held, and being a part of volunteering group mainly as a part of co-facilitator and observer, which is helping me to be in line with the proposal and also deepening my inner exploration, to be very frank. And if I have to be very specific on what actually in the fundamental line helped me out to experience this in my life, I would say the biggest realization that what I am and what I really want to be, what is, I could see that I am aware of the natural acceptance of the values within me. It is there within me, but probably I am not observing it and I am not aware of it. And due to which I was seeing there was a bigger gap between these two realities. So I could understand that I need to focus on that to narrow down these gaps. And also one of the proposals which actually hit my mind was the right priority of a human being living in existence. So here I could see that these proposals actually had an impact on me when I understood that what mutual happiness and mutual prosperity actually means. So the right understanding in relationship would lead to mutual happiness was something which I could understand. But when it came to reality, then I could see that there is lots of my own imaginations which were based on preconditions and sensations, and due to which expectations of others were not met, and I was not able to meet the expectations of others. So in that way, I could see that in relationships, there wasn't much of harmony. If I could see within my own family, that it be my spouse, my children, sometimes I am able to, but many a times I'm not able to make them happy. I'm not able to satisfy them. And then looking up these proposals and making aware of few of the incidents that is happening in my own life. And when I started verifying, I could really see that it is possible by me to have that harmony within, and also to have this harmony at the level of my family also. And mostly, if I just look into my character, I could see that I was a person who is very impatient. Probably like I would react very swiftly. I would probably not think twice before I speak. Very spontaneous responses will be there. And most of the time it is like, it may not be a positive response. It would be an negative sort. So if we start up with something, with some suggestion, it will start with some negativity from my side, and that wouldn't be pleasing to the other. So other will stop asking me suggestions henceforth. So that was so the situation. But later on, when I went into these proposals and when I started looking into my own self, I was able to observe myself for every statement, not every moment, to be very frank, but many a times resolving of the problems were done just because I'm exploring within at some moment. And I could see that I am now shifting myself from that impatient Lalita to somewhere of having that patience within. When I say the patience within, I'm able to see that settled mind within me. I could see that when I get tensed, I sweat, I speak out, I spill words, probably I make other also feel bad. So these were the reactions that spontaneously used to come from my end. But over the period since the 2020, with that small little proposals which I wanted to just try within me first, I could see that I am able to taste those proposals within, and I'm able to see that the problems that are being arisen rooted from me are now becoming as a solution maker for most of the issues. So in that way, I'm able to see the shift because I was realizing myself that I am largely into that human consciousness, and I needed that drastic shift and transformation from human consciousness to the humane consciousness. Now also I feel that I'm far from the human consciousness, but I feel that I'm taking steps towards that progress. And also most I could see that physical facility with the right understanding also has that impact on leading to the mutual prosperity. So previously it was like we used to judge people on the basis of physical facility itself. So even if you were not having, used to show off, used to pretend. Even of taking loans, we used to show that we have, we can do, we we project ourselves in the family, in the societies, and everywhere. But later on, when we understood in my family itself, I started up with my kids, and the basic thing which I start exploring within was having the dressers and the groceries in my kitchen. These were the two places I started working on, and I could see that my kids, and let it be me in my kitchen looking up my groceries, I'm very particular of buying those things which I will be using and I will be finishing up within that duration of time. So I could see that in that way, there was an impact in the family also. There was things which was getting self-organized. We were able to work on with the finance part also. And in line with the physical facilities, making my little one understand, my little one, two daughters were also able to understand what was the need. So many a times it were the kids who used to tell that, Mama, I have this, I don't need right now. We will see this later. So when I could see that there is a small shift as an individual within me, that could have a greater impact to my child, an impact to my family. And then I had a thought that if there is a shift in me, I could be a change in society also. So what was that step that I could take? As an individual, I doubted myself that whether I could be a part of a change in a society. But I feel very blessed to be the part of RMK Engineering College, where the college gives us that whole motivation of going ahead. So sometimes with the proposals within, I in fact see that my institution is living with that value-based living is seen in my institution. And so we started up the UHV cell with all coordinations with Pavai ma'am and Lata ma'am, and three of us we were working with, and we were able to see that we were able to give some social impact. We were able to work on as a team. We were able to work on in ourselves also. And day by day, we are seeing it in our own lives. But if when I look into what potential I have, I see that I am capable enough to have that change within. I have that potential of bringing change not only within me, but to the people in and around me. But only thing is I need to work out at the level of individual much deeper. And with this, I would say that the future plans which I have for my own self, I basically feel that I have to work within myself because I need furthermore transformation towards that humane consciousness. And I'm realizing the place where I need to reform myself. And also at the level of team or at the level of society or the nature, the right ground for me to work on is my college. And being the co-coordinator of UHV cell, and with the help of the management, we are planning activities which will be ultimately benefiting not only to the students, not only to the community of our groups of institution, but to the society and the adopted villages we are through the UBA and other activities. So with this, I thank for the opportunity given. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. We have Kumar Sambhavaya and Hila Didi. You would like to share your comments?
Dr. Kumar, you can go ahead.
Discussion with Ganesh ji for some time, so I could not listen to the presentation completely.
Okay, yeah. Hila Didi?
Yeah. I've heard Dr. Lalita and also met her during the UHV 3 workshop where we've had all this discussion also. And I would really say that she's been able to see the transition for herself. And she had also got her daughter there. So her daughter is very young, even under 20. But because she was able to see this transition in her mother, she wanted to understand what is this entire UHV about. So the real change is when the closest person in the family is able to sense and understand that change. So wishing you all the best, Dr. Lalita.
Thank you, Devi.
Good sharing. And we move on. Can we have the next slide? We have Ms. Soumya who will be presenting. Ms. Soumya. Yeah. So Ms. Soumya is an assistant professor at RNSIT Bangalore and is the UHV coordinator in the UHV cell of the institute, exploring UHV proposals since 2023 and has had a very fast-track journey of explorations and very closely connected in the organization of this conference also. So her participation is very remarkable. So wishing you all the best. You can go ahead, Soumya.
Thank you, ma'am. I was a struggling housewife, mother, and a teacher who got back to work after a very long break from career. So I got back to work thinking that I would have a break from home and the frustration that I was when I was at home. So I was very unhappy with a lot of things around me, a lot of people around me. In fact, anything and everything around me, I had a problem. And that was a kind of environment that I was at. And I also felt that, people are not, taking care of me. They are not loving me. And, I don't have a fair environment to work. These were the kind of thoughts that I had, before the workshop. And then I got introduced to the UHV online workshop. And it took me some time to even understand, even listen to the proposals that were shared in the workshops. So I think more than 5 times that I attended the workshop online. It took time, and listening to the proposal, the word trust, that started enlightening me over and over, and I started working on the proposal. And then it, I would say, has changed my life, and what I am today is because of that listening that I had, and I connected to this word trust. So when I started exploring this proposal, it was a surprise to me that what kind of a life that I was living, and I was thinking what happiness is, what love is, giving me something was love, and these kind of assumptions were there, and it took me some time to understand that I was leading a life completely of assumptions. Even today, I feel that, but it is reduced. That's what I feel. But that time, my life at every moment was based on assumption. I could see that, I was not, verifying it. I was not even referring to my natural acceptance, and I was just assuming at every moment. And because of this assumptions at every moment, the basic thing would be like from the time I get up in the morning till the time I sleep, I used to have these kind of thoughts and would not keep me in harmony. And due to which, even my behavior with my own husband, my daughter was really bad. I used to be frustrated when I used to come back from college and I would shout at my daughter with that frustration. One day it just struck me that what I was doing was wrong. Though I was listening to the proposal, I was not experientially validating. It took me time. And one day my daughter just went behind her father and asked, why is she coming home? Ask her to go back to college. That was the time when I actually sat down and started exploring and really started validating it. And then my, behavior, my thoughts slowly started taking, different a direction. And it took me a lot of time. I would say it really took a lot of time because I was not aware and I was really not, listening to the proposal. Though it was just in the form of information till then. And only when I started exploring, experientially validating, I felt that I was listening to them and practicing them. So this was what I heard as a proposal and how it changed my life. When I got connected to those and then I started listening to the content again and again, I started going as a part of the volunteering team. I started going, being on the online workshops. I was attending the morning session. That made me connect to the content a lot more times. And I started feeling that I want to be happy and I can always be happy. And I started working on this. And when I started exploring this, I understood that I was blaming everybody around me. In fact, I was the reason for my happiness and my sadness. It took me a lot of time to even get the courage to say that, yeah, I have this thought now. I was having the wrong thoughts. I didn't want to let go of the thoughts for some time because in the morning exercise, when we were asked to, observe your imagination, I would never get any thoughts for a long time. And that also, slowly I could see that as I was connecting to the content and as I was connecting to the proposals, things slowly started changing, but it changed. And I was very happy with that small change that was happening in me. And I could see that when I was, connecting to the content, I was able to see that I am to be aware is very important. And I started becoming more aware. And there was a time when I used to react, but then I would immediately understand, no, I should not. So this was a slow transition from, being really frustrating and shouting at my kid to slowly saying, no, I should not shout at her. And now it's at a better place, I would say, though it's not changed completely, but yeah, now the shouting, the way I talk to her, the way I express at times has changed. And because of this, I'm able to see that I'm able to have a better conversation with my husband and with my mother-in-law, with my daughter. These are the close people whom I used to live with. There was a time when I didn't want to even see the, face or talk about my mother-in-law, but now that has changed. And today, she is there with me. She cooks for me. I cook with her, along with her. I share what I want to cook. So that is the change that I'm able to see as I'm exploring with all these proposals. And now I'm able to connect to a lot more proposals slowly, but it's taking a lot of time. One thing that I'm able to understand is I need to be aware and I have to decide to become aware. Only then it will be possible for me to become better and make sure that my conduct is also better. So now it is very clear to me that everyone around me wants to make me happy. And I have started exploring through the morning exercise, volunteering, taking a lot of initiatives in my college, trying to work in how to create an environment which is harmonious for the students who are going to be the next generation policy makers and decision makers. by organizing some workshops at my college and helping anybody around me with something from my side, just to connect them to the content. And this is the slow, change transition, I would say, from a really frustrating mother to a better human being as on date, that I would say. My full potential, I know it is happiness is innate nature, but I really need to work on it because sometimes my behavior is again not harmonious. And I'm aware that that's that I should not be behaving that way. And to be happy in continuity is my desirable state and at every moment, and I should really work on it. My plan to achieve my full potential is to be in harmony at every moment, have the feeling of relationship at every moment, and understand existence in the form of existence, to live with definite human contact. With this, I would like to give an example. I was a really very strict teacher in class, and I joined back. I had a lot of issues with my colleagues, and with all this at home, I was not comfortable. I would shout. I would make people students when they're shouting. I would send them out of the class. I would shout, make it very obvious for them to get them go out of the class. And one day, again, like I said, I would not be aware. So I really understood that I have to be aware, because after that incident, I came back to my room. That student was surprisingly very patient and very calm, and he spoke to me normally even after I shouted and sent him out of the class. That made me think, like, what did I do in the class? I should not have done it. And I didn't want to tell him a sorry. It took me some days, I would say, after that. When I was exploring, I said I should not have done that. I made a mistake. I actually called him and told him sorry. And from then on, slowly, I could see that I slowly started becoming aware of many moments. And now I'm able to see that as we connect to the content, it's very important for us to be aware. And we are the ones, I am the one deciding my behavior, my expression, everything. I am the one who's deciding. And if I'm able to, be aware, and if I'm able to refer to my natural acceptance, I will be, able to express it better, and I will be in a state of harmony, and I will be having an environment which is harmonious to everybody in that same environment. So this is my understanding, and this is my plan, to be aware and to try to have an environment and be a part of a harmonious environment. Thank you.
Very nice, Soumya Didi. Dr. Kumar, would you like to say something?
Very nicely shared, Soumya Didi. And we are aware of the journey that you are through. That we have been making sincere effort. So I'll just say that my best wishes to you for your journey ahead. Nice.
Wish you all the best, Soumya.
Thank you, Aya. Thank you, Didi.
Can we have the next slide? We have Dr. Latha.
Yes, Didi.
Dr. Latha, are you ready?
Yes, Didi. Namaste to all.
Yeah, nice.
Shall I start, Didi?
Soumya Didi.
Yes. Namaste to all.
Soumya ji will introduce you. Okay. So Dr. Latha Mageshwari, who's an associate professor of physics in the field of science and humanities from the RMK Engineering College. She's also the UHV cell coordinator and has played a role of co-facilitator and a very active volunteer in many of the FDPs and even otherwise in the region. So yes, you can take it further. Dr. Latha.
Thank you, Didi. Namaste to all.
Can we have your video on?
Yes, Didi. Am I audible?
Didi, you're audible and your video is also on. Yes.
Yes, yes. Thank
Is
you.
it on? Okay.
Yes.
I'm Dr. Lata Maheshwari, Associate Professor, Department of Physics, RMK Engineering College. Also, as Didi mentioned, I am a UHV Cell Coordinator, Institute UHV Cell Coordinator, and I am associated with RMK Engineering College for 23 years. I have started my UHV journey at 2018. First, without knowing that what is this FTP, I have attended at Panimalar Engineering College, but the content impressed me a lot. And immediately when they again I got a mail, I have attended 7 days FTP at Anna University Kindi. Totally with that 10 days I am able to see something interesting in that content. And during 2019 more online sessions were there in UHV. Therefore I was able to attend the UHV refresher session twice. And after that, I have attended UHV face-to-face, UHV 2 face-to-face again at Anna University. And recently, May 1 to 8, I have attended UHV 3 at SRM IST. This was my UHV journey. And now I am in the process of my self-development. I am attending my morning session. Actually, from 7th morning session, I have enrolled myself, but I am not regular to that. But in the 10th and 11th, I am making myself to be regular. 1 or 2 days I have missed in this 11th batch. But anyway, I am attending and one thing I am able to see when I am attending that session, that entire day, I am able to see that I am more energetic. That was my feeling within myself. And also I am attending Monday SR region weekly meeting, and also Umesh Bhaiya's team development meeting every Wednesday. This is for my self-development. And only once I have given my demo session, but I need to focus on that part also. And coming to my UHV exploration part, before UHV, I am a human being without any clarity about my aspiration, about self and body, and needs of the self and needs of the body. And I don't have that much knowledge about that assumption and knowing. These are the things which I was before the UHV. After that, I am able to see the proposal clearly. The proposal which that made impact more on me is happiness in continuity. And the second proposal, human being is the coexistence of self and body, the needs of the self and needs of the body. Especially, I'm able to realize that the needs of the self is continuous and it is quantitative. I'm able to see that within my family members, within my students, and all whoever I am able to attach with. That is the real experience I am getting after this. Previously, I was a human being without having this experience. Now I am a human being with these experience. I'm able to see that as my happiness. That is really within myself. And also I'm able to see the feeling of self-regulation. That is health. Previously, I was not that much focused on my health. Now I am focusing on my health particularly. I am doing yoga and walking. Also, I am taking care of my family members. Not only family members, I am insisting my students every day when I am going to class, I am asking them to do some physical exercise and yoga, whatever they are liking. This is the real change in me. Whenever I'm interacting with the persons, now I am able to see the feeling of relationship. Before UHV, I'm not able to realize that. Now this small happiness, it is giving me more satisfied living to me. And then also I'm able to see that is the content of imagination. Even though I am not fully on the basis of natural acceptance, the precondition and sensation are there because I am living in a family life. Slowly I am coming, I want to come out of that, but I'm able to aware of myself. Okay, how much time I am in terms of precondition, how much time I am in terms of sensation, that I am able to see now. The shift I am able to see before UHV and after UHV. And also now I am very clear in that happiness is innate within me. I am the only responsible for my happiness. That too, if I want in continuity, I want to live in accordance with the natural acceptance. That awareness slowly I am bringing within myself. Also, I am able to see the intention. As my intention is pure, now I am able to see the intention of the others also. Previously, that is not in my thought at all. Now, slowly, that is happening within me, but I need to practice more on this. That I want to insist here, and also I'm able to see that the few things whichever it is not clear to me, I'm able to see the relatedness of. Previously I don't have that idea about the coexistence and other units and all. Now I am able to see that my living is because of all the units are existing along with me. I am responsible for the other units. That interrelatedness now I am able to see. Also I am able to see how I am planning my work. Previously, that awareness was missing. Now, if I am planning for that particular work, okay, if my content of imagination is towards that, now I am able to complete all the work, whatever I am planning. That change, that shift, I am able to see. Uh, Again, finally I want to see I need to work for my full potential. At present I am not working for my full potential. I need to put effort. Now I am 50 years. I am planning after 60 years I need to serve for my society. Within that 10 years I need to develop myself. With that understanding I need to take this education to the society. This is my plan. And I will be successful if I am working for this. Thank you. Thank you all.
Nice, Vidhi, very well shared. Only that I'll say that you need not wait for the retirement. And this is also, there are so many initiatives that can be taken. And I think, of course, you are there in it. So
Yes,
it's an
Bhaiya.
ongoing process. If you could also share something about how your self-observation has sharpened over the years through value education, that will be helpful. Can you share something about that? Have you been attending the morning sessions?
Yes, Bhaiya. Yes, Bhaiya. I'm attending.
Please
Bhaiya.
share some your insights about how the awareness within yourself has gone up.
Yes, Bhaiya. Sure. Sure, Bhaiya. I have a few observations, but I need to bring my thought and I'll do it, Bhaiya, surely.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Bhaiya.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ila Didi, you would like to share your comments?
No, Kumar Bhai has already shared. Only one experience I'd like to share about Lalita Didi. When she was the co-facilitator, I was the resource person in
Health
Institute
Institute.
in Chennai.
Yes, yes, Didi.
And and I experienced, I mean, she was already on her journey, and I was really wondering how she was so cool, calm, very peaceful. And by that time, she was already teaching, taking that subject also with the students. So
Yes.
I could see that harmony within her. I didn't know what she was before, but at least when I have met her, I could see very harmonious. So that's all that I would like to say. Very helpful person. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Didi.
Thank you, Didi. Thank you, Lata ma'am. Moving forward, now we'll have our next sharing by Professor Kavita Srisaran. Is the screen visible? Kavita Srisaran Ji is working as an assistant professor in SRM IST. Madam is the Directorate of Career Development Center, and she's been exploring UHV since few years. Over to you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, Soumya Didi. Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So thank you so much. Namaste to all. So a brief introduction about myself. I'm Kavita Srisaran. I work as an assistant professor in the SRM University, and I'm also a UHV coordinator for the engineering and technology. And I work for the Directorate of Career Development Center. Our department focuses majorly on providing both professional and the personal development for the students across all disciplines. And my husband is a public health consultant, and I have 2 children. Both of them are advocates. And I live with my mother and my mother-in-law, and who are my constant source of motivation. And they are the people who support in my journey. So my interest in the UHV, it began during the COVID-19 pandemic, but due to various distractions, what happened so was I wasn't able to go and attend these sessions at that time. But I became a little more spiritual, and I watched a lot of videos about facts of lives, and all those things were there in line. And later in the year of 2022, that is the time, like the month of August, my head of the department just told me that you're going to be the UHV coordinator for this department. So this pushed me to go ahead and attend the UHV session. So the first thing is I need to be thankful to my head of the department. So in August 2022, I completed my UHV 1, which was in the online mode. So when I did initially, I did with this, my UHV 1, like I got this as an information. I like this information and all those. So, but I didn't go into any kind of an exploration or nothing. So I didn't actually understand about proposals and all those things, but I somehow liked the information. And then slowly, like I went on to the UHV2 certification also. When I did, also, like again, it enriched my knowledge about the human values and all those things. So, but slowly, what happened so is like when I became the university coordinator for the NTA for the engineering and technology. So I happened to go and sit through a lot of the offline sessions, and that was also the time like when I happened to sit for all of the weekly meetings, and I somehow felt that there is so much of potential in this content. I have to go and revisit this content multiple times. So that was my start of my connect towards the UHV. And then later in the, this April, I did my UHV 3 in the SRM University. So this sparked my inner exploration. To start with, like what I explored and what I understood is basically I have to say that I have always been a person who's more of a people pleaser. Like whenever there is a conflict, whenever there is a kind of a disturbance, or whenever there is a dispute or something, I would prefer to go run out of the place. I would not be a person who would want to be there. And either I remain silent or I move out of that place. So what happens is when this is happening, there are a lot of conflicts, or internally I get so much worried. I used to think like, why these people are fighting like this? Why can't they understand this? Why don't they go ahead and change their perspective of things? Why are they so entangled with all these things? So all these things about them used to worry me so much. But the whole thing is the others don't get to understand, nor to see this. I would actually act as though I'm a very cool person, but internally there used to be a lot of conflicts that were happening. And I got to understand after the UHV sessions that now I need to work more internally, which is my primary importance. When I am disturbed totally internally, then definitely I would not be a person to go ahead and support the other, or I would not go ahead and help out the other when too much of confusions are happening within me. So I started understanding this on, the harmony in the self and harmony in the family, like how it is more important to have to work on relationships. Though I had a feeling of relatedness with people, but the whole thing is what I started observing my sanskars as well. I happen to have some expectations from people, and that's the reason, like where I used to have some kind of a conflict from others. So I started getting to know that these expectations are something that which cannot be something that is permanently I can look in for. So I have to really work within myself so as I will be in complementarity to the other. So that was the first time that when I went in, I started more exploring about myself on the basis of a relationship, right? So I started like getting to know like who I am. I have to find out like who I am and what I want to be. I found that gap, as I was exploring all this gap was actually narrowing. So I found that what I have for the others and what kind of feeling can I give for the others was strengthening more within me. And this is why, like, I got so attached to this concept of self-exploration, where I can go and experiment on myself, self-validate, and then self-evaluate. So instead of going ahead and evaluating the other's competency, first thing is I have to go ahead and evaluate my competency, and then only I can go ahead and evaluate the other. So when I'm stable inside, I would be able to go ahead and express myself in a better way towards the others. So suppressing my feelings was something that I started working on. So this I was able to find out like a lot of things that were happening within my family, where with my son, I always used to be in contradiction with whatever or anything, like when he says, there are like so many things which he says, like which cannot be accepted, where I feel like, how can he think in this way? But slowly after getting into these exploration, now I understand that I need to accept people as they are. Okay, when I have the feeling of relationship, then I will. It has to be so natural. Naturally, I accept them. Only then when I accept them in the way they are, I can go ahead and help them out. So this brought a major shift. My relationship with my son as such. I'm not sure if my son is able to identify this, but I'm very sure that I am able to see that harmony and peace within myself. So the shift started moving from reaction to response. So this was a shift which also helped me out to change the perspective from problem centric to solution centric. And also that I also happened to go ahead and discuss about these issues to my husband. Initially, my husband wasn't listening much to what I said, but slowly, though he hasn't attended any of the UHV sessions, I find that he finds some kind of, he finds that there is some content or some, thing that is there in this content which can be explored. So we have long discussions. Like every time after I attend any of the UHV sessions, I have a brief summary, is something that I have to give it to my husband, be it with my Monday meetings, which we have the Southern Region meetings and the team development meetings, or any of the morning sessions. I definitely go ahead and share it with my husband. So, and sometimes I also find that I'm not able to do it completely. There are certain situations where I also find that there is an indefinite behavior that is happening. So I need to shift that. I'm trying to shift myself, like not only from the favorable, unfavorable situations. I will also have to think, even in favorable situation, what is my thought process? Am I operating in the precondition with preconditions or sensations? or is it my natural acceptance? So all these things are something that I'm continuously working on. And I believe that this process requires continuous work. At the same time, it's pretty challenging. It's quite challenging because there is a confusion which happens like my reactions and my behavior are sometimes definite, sometimes it is indefinite. But out of 10 situations in a day, I would say that I'm able to go ahead and resolve at 6 out of 10. So there are like 4 situations which I have to work on. So I'm constantly working on this. So how I went into this exploration is definitely the morning sessions. I'm there from the batch 7 onwards. The morning sessions have been instrumental in helping me to explore the proposals deeply. And this until the 11th batch, until this batch, I'm there. But initial batches and all those things, I wasn't there. I mean, completely. I couldn't be there, or I cannot spend much of a time, is because that is the time when I have to rush and get ready for the college. It is a very crucial time for me, but I make it a point to go ahead and be a part of it because I know that this gives a lot of meaning for me to start with the day. And there is a lot of observations that are happening along with it. So observing myself, by the self is something I do it every now and then. Like whenever I'm traveling, whenever I am having a conversation with people, or every time it has become just a part and parcel of me, and it is strengthening my UHV journey. And I find this to be really, really enriching and empowering. Also to do with the feeling of relationship is now reflects in my behavior, which I know. And once I have this relationship sorted out, now this would help in the productivity in the work as well as in the workplace as well as at home. So I have also have the feeling of prosperity. Earlier, like I used to have the craving to buy a lot of stuff, but now I really ponder 1 or 2 times, like, do I really need it? So that is also making me much more confident. And I also feel that I have also become a little more environment conscious as well. To talk about my commitment, I feel that I'm committed to the process of the self-exploration. And I'm also making efforts to observe myself in every single moment and every single interaction. Because I believe that self-development is only thing that leads to team development, and that brings to the societal development. I should be really thankful to, Ganesh ji, Umesh ji, Kumar Bhaiya, then Sharmila ji, Sharmila Didi, all these people who are the people I keep constantly interacting. And definitely, Supraja is always a person whom I would definitely go ahead and bounce back for anything. So I am also started, incorporating this into my counseling sessions. I have a background of psychology. I used to previously work on the thoughts only. I used to make students understand about their thoughts. But now I understand that addressing the feelings, which is the subtler than the thoughts, is more crucial. So I use up my time, like in a week, probably 10 hours is something that I reflect to the UHV content most of the time. And I'm really thankful for all the guidances that you all are providing. And I'm very sure that this journey is really going to be a very, very enriching journey. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am, for your inspiring sharing. I request Kumar Bhaiya to kindly give your comments. Vanchana Didi, I request you to kindly give your comments.
Nice, Didi. Really nice to hear from you. Your state of awareness is raising day by day, and you are becoming more and more conscious of your own state. That is really nice, Didi. And hope this journey of self-exploration continues for you, and you keep verifying more and more proposals for yourself. Really nice, Didi.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Vanshana Didi. Didi, we have completed our session 2 for the day. The third session starts at 4 p.m. So, Parikshit Bhaiya, do we be online or can we leave the meeting and join back at 4?
Ji, we'll end the meeting and we'll join back at 4.
Okay, Bhaiya. I thank all the participants for their wonderful sharing, and it's been an inspiration for all those who've been listening. I'm very sure of it. I thank Kumar Bhaiya, I thank Vanshana Didi and Ila Didi. Thank you very much. Thank you all. Namaste.
Thank you all for your sharing. Thank you, Vanshana Didi and Kumar.
जी नमस्ते सभी को.